the rebound. And the champions have gone down.
And we start tonight with an exclusive interview.
Assistant sports multimedia journalists Adrian Fraga and Gabriel Sisarica are sitting down with women's lacrosse players Shea Garcia and Lydia Foust to discuss their historic season. Adrian and Gabriel.
Thank you so much, Sam. My name is Gabriel Sisarica, and alongside me is Adrian Fraga, and in front of me are women's lacrosse players Shea Garcia and Lydia Foust. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And right away, getting started, you two have spent the last 5 years building this program from basically the ground up. How does it feel being ranked for the first time in program history?
I don't think either of us could have expected it. We were not expecting to do what we did this year, and I think this has just been like capping off like our 5 years with this type of run. It's just something like we couldn't have wrote it any better.
Yeah, especially like when we were both recruited here at Marquette, like we were not at the top 25, probably top 30, 40. So I think that's the coolest thing ever, that we didn't know we would ever be in this position ever before. And like Lydia said, like our 5th year, like that's the coolest thing that ever could have happened to us probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, kind of going off of that, you all play an elite Denver team on Saturday for the Big East regular season title. Denver comes in as the 3rd ranked team in the country. So what does the game mean to you, and what's the main focus going into this one?
Yeah, so it's our senior day on Saturday. We're not really focusing too much on Denver. I mean, we played Northwestern earlier this year, and they're ranked number 1 or number 2 in some polls, and we competed with them. So I think it shows that we can compete with the top 5, top 10 teams. So I think really just focusing on ourselves and just having fun and enjoying our game.
Yeah, it's the last game in the bubble, and we're just excited to play. We know we can score against these teams. We scored 14 against Northwestern. We know we can hold our own, and I think we're just really excited to go out there and prove it to everyone else.
So, like, how is it going to feel? One last game in front of the home crowd, though. How's that game going to be?
Exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just excited. I'm excited to be back. We had 2 away games in a row, and now we get to finish off this year at home. Like, you really couldn't have even asked for a better ending either. You're going up against Denver in your final game of the year at home.
Yeah, and the bubble's so electric in there, like with all our fans, our parents, and even our bench. Like, it's just so fun, and enjoy every moment in it.
Absolutely. And then following the game against Denver, the team will be headed to Connecticut for the Big East tournament, and then hopefully a potential NCAA tournament run. For you two, going into this, how does it feel knowing that you can bring home some hardware?
I think hopefully we can actually do it. We want to prove it and actually bring it home. Like, we've had a great year, but I think our eyes are set on these next few games and actually putting it all together. It all comes down to like these last few games, and we know what we can do, and now it's just finishing it out.
Yeah, pretty much what Lydia said. She said it all.
And then now going straight to you, Shea. Coming into this season, everyone knew how talented you were. You were named to the All-Big East 2nd team last season. Is there anything you focused on, to help kind of put your game to like the next level?
Not too much. I just knew like we had a chip on our shoulder coming into this season, losing to Georgetown in the semifinals last year. Just had a chip on my shoulder, and I mean, I have so many other teammates to lean on, like Lydia, and then so many other offensive players. That our offense is so good, draw is so good, goalies, defense. So like we're really able to lean on each other and push each other to be better.
Absolutely.
Well, Lydia, like Shea, you coming into the season, you were also had pretty great expectations, being named to the Big East first team 2 years in a row. How have you been able to live up to those expectations, but like also surpass them?
Yeah, I think coming into the year, I really had no like goals. I had kind of done what I wanted to do here with, at least on a personal level, like of the goals I wanted to achieve. And I think this year was all about having fun, especially with like me and Shea, we worked together on offense, and like I just wanted to have fun. I didn't know like how many goals I would score, if I would have more assists. Like none of that really mattered to me. It was like I wanted to have fun with like the people that I'm closest to, and I think we've done that this year, and that's just like, that was the focus. And I think that led to like my success that I've been having, is almost turning the focus away from those individual goals and onto the team goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for you, Shea, looking back, you became the first player in program history to reach 200 career points, and Lydia, you're about to hit that mark too. What does it mean for you both to kind of set the standard for Marquette women's lacrosse, especially for the future?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping my teammates, Meg Byerly just hit 100 points, fastest player ever, Marquette women's lacrosse program to ever do. So I'm expecting her to honestly surpass me a year or two from now. So I think that'll be cool to see someone do it even faster than I did it, or Lydia did it. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of accolades, Shea, you scored 8 goals against Xavier earlier this month, and this broke the Marquette single game record, previously set by your teammate sitting right here. What did that mean to you, and what was working that game?
I don't even know. It was just, I just went out there and just wanted to have fun, and I think in games like that, we always look forward to getting some of our teammates who don't normally play, getting them on the field. So I think I just had fun and just wanted to play for my teammates and to get them out there, especially like Hannah Botner, who can't play. She tore ACL, so like every game, play for her and do what she can, sadly.
Yeah. Hey, did you feel some type of way after that?
No, I was like, I expect at some point for someone to even beat us. Like if you look at other teams' records, it's like sometimes players just have those types of games, and like she went, I think, 8 for 8 on shots or something like that. Like that's like, and she only played, like, we didn't play that whole game. It's like I know someone in the future is gonna come out and surpass like probably 7, 8. They'll be up in the 10s. Like it's gonna happen. And so no, I was like, it was crazy that she was literally just every shot was going in. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, here's one for the both of you. Give us your favorite moments of your career so far.
So, okay, I've been like thinking about this question a lot, and for me it's so hard because if you asked me this like a year or two ago, I would have said beating Georgetown at home, and like we've now done that twice in our careers, and we've now beat Georgetown more than we've ever lost to them, which is something that no other class can say. And that used to be like people's highlights on Marquette women's lacrosse was beating Georgetown. But now like we've been doing that, and we've been doing that like more regularly. So I'm now looking at, like, I'm hoping this end of the year I have something to look back on and be like, that's the moment. Like, this year has been amazing. This entire year has probably been a highlight, but, like, I want to have one moment, and I'm hoping it's still coming.
Yeah, up-arrowing that. But I would say we've had a lot of memories. But I would say I wasn't even able to play in this game, but this past year when we beat Georgetown, or the season, I was injured and I couldn't play, and it was just so fun to watch. And like we went down in the beginning of that game, and then we came back and we won, and I thought that was just so amazing to watch. And then also most of the East Coast like parents were able to go, and we had some Midwestern parents able to fly over, and just like the atmosphere just like took over Georgetown. It was literally the coolest thing I've probably ever lived.
It like felt like a home game for us. Like we had our parents shouting like we are Marquette, and like on the field to hear that playing like at a different school, it was like a rival school, unbelievable atmosphere.
It was so fun. Yeah. The most fun I've ever had.
That's amazing. And you two are talking about, atmosphere and being a part of this program. After 5 seasons here, what will you take away most from this experience?
I think like the connections and like friendships I've made over the past 5 years. Like since we've been able to be here 5 years, obviously, we were able to, like with older girls, 5 years older than us, and like keep going. Like it was so cool to be able to make those friendships, and like still like a lot of the alumni will come back and watch our games. Like the UConn game, we had a bunch of alumni that came back, and it was so fun having there and like doing something for the people older than us that maybe they didn't do the year before. So I think that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the people is always going to be, I think, the thing I take away the most is like you build so many connections here, and I think it's something so special about coming to Marquette, whether you're an athlete or not, is like the people you meet here. I think everyone will say they have someone that they will cherish for the rest of their lives.
Now switching gears, now for some rapid fire questions. What do your pregame rituals look like?
So mine's, I do eye black and Dunkin'. Dunkin' has to get it before going to breakfast, which is always Broyo for breakfast, and then go and get the eye black on. That's only what I do.
Mine's similar. I get Starbucks. I get the same Starbucks drink every time. It's like $7, but that's okay. And then go to Broyo or pregame breakfast. Yeah. And then I just braid my hair. I don't really do anything crazy.
We have a lot of hair braiders, but
Okay.
I'm not a hair person.
What's your drink?
Oh boy, it's the iced latte with 2 pumps of, I think it's brown sugar and 4 pumps of the vanilla, I think, with oat milk. Get a venti. It's a little extra.
Not so sure for someone that gets it every game, but who gets the aux in the locker room before every game?
Josie Crop.
Yeah.
What music?
We have some ones that like we play regularly. What we always end up on, our last songs are, there's this one of the national anthem that goes into like a remix and a beat drop. And that's the second to last song. And then our last song is Shots by LMFAO. Every game, you have to do it.
Good
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Favorite place to study on campus?
Mine's engineering hall, so I love engineering hall. That's where I go. She doesn't have
I
one.
usually just do it in my room.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I'm like that. I'm always in my room. So
Yeah.
Same here. Favorite place to eat on campus?
Eat on campus. Ooh, real
know,
chili. Real
I
chili.
knew that
That's
was coming.
mine. I've gone there like plenty of times. People make fun of me for going there on like a weekday.
Yeah.
a weekday.
Yeah. Weekday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't eat too much on campus. Maybe Solomon's. That's my dad's favorite place on campus. So.
Well, thank you both for your answers, but we're unfortunately out of time. Now back to Tim and Sam in the studio.